Hi everybody and welcome to another episode of Vibing with Via. I missed you guys so much. I know that you were looking for your post notification both days last week, and of course there was no post Monday and Wednesday, and I do apologize for that. But you know, the demands of the regular 9 to 5, they were great, and as such I really had to find a way to strike a balance. And of course I never really wanted to leave you people out of a video for way too long. So boom, I'm back here. So it's Monday, it's Monday's musing, and there are two things that are weighing down on my mind heavily. The first one has to do with the situation with the Honorable Minister, Floyd Green. What a catastrophe. Now, there's nothing that annoys me like seeing young people who they say are bright people just do dumb stuff. It breaks my heart, honestly. So, I'm trying to think what was going on in Floyd's mind when he was showing up for this gathering. What was going on in Floyd's mind when the friends and maybe foes, because I'm assuming there must have been a foe, hence the release of this video, and hence that snippet in the video that says, I wonder if he knows me a record. That person who said that, I'm going to assume maybe a foe if the person was a part of the party. But this is the days when there is modern technology, so maybe somebody was far away and they were zooming, you never can tell, and maybe that was how that happened. Anyway, that's not my concern. My concern though is, you know what, looking at it, they must have known that they were being videoed. Come to think of it, they must have known they were being videoed. But my concern is, how do you actually know that you are quote unquote breaking the law and you allow this to happen as a leader, as an MP, you know what I mean, a minister? How do you do this? It's just stupid, because you must expect that there are persons who are looking onto you. Now, let's be clear, I'm not going to say that as human beings sometimes we don't err. I'm not going to say we can't make mistake, but you see some mistake, then the mistake they can't make, because that was blatant. Let's be clear, that was definitely blatant. So you're at whichever location you are at, you're having a swell time. All right, not bad. Probably if you just see a video with you have a swell time, it wouldn't have been an issue. But when the swell time comes with utterances such as shower labor right, that's a problem. When the utterances come with no movement day, when the utterances come with, yo, we can post this tomorrow, or whatever the case may be, come on now. What is it that you want those who are looking on to think? How is it that you expect them to feel? I mean, it's about a loss of respect. But you know, I remember years ago talking to a friend of mine who happens to be, I guess, associates or maybe friends too with Floyd. And I said to him, you know, this young man is bright, but I can foresee that easily he's going to be swayed in a direction that's not going to be good for him. I said that years ago, and the next thing I know, he was moved out of the Ministry of Education, ended up in agriculture. And I thought to myself, okay, somebody young in agriculture might make sense, but somehow the trajectory that he was on in education looked as though it could have, you know, blossomed into something that was remarkable. But boom, he was removed. Kind of like you put him on a backbench, because, I mean, you know, maybe nobody expected him to shine, but apparently he's been in this position and he's doing a good job and persons are appreciative of it. And then now look what you do, go mess up yourself. But let me tell you what I'm happy for. I am happy that despite all of this mayhem, there is some amount of integrity on his part, because the right thing to do is in fact resign, and he did that. Now, I don't know whether this was prodding from the Prime Minister. I highly doubt it, because quite frankly, when I look at everything that is happening, maybe if the Prime Minister was somebody of integrity, you know, he would recognize that he's acting like a puppet on a string, and perhaps he would have resigned. You know what I mean? But for Floyd, I want to think that that might have been a private decision that he recognized would make sense, you know? And so in doing that, I give him a thumbs up for doing the honorable thing, for doing the right thing. Repent. What I tell it to the Lord? You messed up. You know, tell it to Jesus. But then at the end of the day, I think eventually persons will still give you a prop because you did the right thing, which was to take away yourself from office. But I don't know what it'd be about, right? The but comes with an article that I saw in the Jamaica Observer, which now speaks to the fact that there is a petition being launched for this minister to be reinstated. And I'm thinking to myself, here we go. You see, my people are the best set of people in the world and the worst. Hands down, best and the worst. All in a one, me no know, mix up. Out of many one people, out of many one stupidity. Now, if you recognize that the person has done something wrong, irrespective of how you feel about the person, irrespective of the good work that the person has done, I am not saying that the person is not redeemable. They are, but you just can't serve. Because you do. You can't serve. So how are you going to get up now and say you want to sign a petition because you want people to see how many signatures they can get for the man to take up back the job because he's too bright for us to lose him? Hello, other bright people did it too. Other bright people are there. Better yet, all right then. Step aside. Want to build somebody else. Want to show everybody what you didn't know so that they can build up the same sector or the same ministry that you used to have. Because you know what? It doesn't make any sense. You're also bright and you're also smart. But then you keep the knowledge, you keep the education to yourself. That don't make any sense. So let's see how this one plays out. I am at the edge of my seat, waiting to see it unfold. All right. So enough of Mr. Green. Let's turn our attention to Constant Spring Road, a particular high school, an all-girls school. What kind of saga is this that is unfolding at Merle Grove? Mighty God of Daniel. I thought the day of all of these, nuances and craziness and madness in schools, and I thought those days were over. I really thought that we are in a time now where these principals are bright and these principals are visionaries and these principals are people of integrity and these principals are actually taking the time to do their job the right way. No, I want to caution. Nobody is perfect. No working environment is perfect. You can be working in an environment, you are the principal, you are the leader of this environment or in this environment, but it doesn't mean that you know everything that is happening. You see the people who sit down in a leadership position, it's not easy. It is not easy. But because you know of the responsibility that you will have working in this position, you're not left nothing to chance. You're not taking a check. Now, one of the things that I honestly want to know is whether or not this principal at Merle Grove was actually trained by the National College for Educational Leadership, NCL, and if this principal actually has a PQP, because I want to let you know that if this principal had gone through that program and this principal is now in this quote-unquote hot water, this not look good. I have very high regards for that college and the training that they offer at that college, solid training. So if you pass through NCL, I'm going to be very honest, and you come out and you find yourself in some hot water, you're not deserving. Because in a real way, their program sets you up to do good, to do excellent work. Their program puts you in a position to unearth and unlock some high-level potential where the average mind never dreamed existed. So how can there be issues of what they're saying is alleged fraud, misappropriation of funds? How can there be an issue in which your staff attrition rate is so crazy? 50 teachers in 5 years. That means on average you're losing 10 teachers. That could have been one member of each department easily. That can't spell sense, right? That can't spell sense. But what's amazing is that there's a past student association that seems to be heavily involved in the happenings that's taking place at Merle Grove. And their position is that this principal too should be reinstated. But come back down to how our own people are the ones that oftentimes sink us. I'm happy that I'm not a part of the Merle Grove alumni, because they and I would have been having serious war. We would have been exchanging serious words. Not in my alma mater. You're crazy. I'm not saying things can't happen, but what do we defend? You can't only defend Well, you can only defend what you know, I guess. And so it begs the question, to what extent are these alumni members fully au fait with what it takes to be an effective principal? Because being an effective principal is not because you put up one nice pretty gate at the front of your school. Being an effective principal is not limited to the fact that, oh, you used to come 30th in the high school rankings, but you're now 17th. What are those rankings based on anyway? You know what I mean? What data are they assessing or analyzing in order to come up with these rankings? I could ask so many questions where that is concerned. Am I to be of the opinion that persons who attend schools that might rank, let's say 500th, they're not good students and they're not functional members of society? Let's bear in mind that all schools are not created equally. And so for that reason and that reason alone, we should bear in mind that there are challenges. So I would be so caught up with the ranking. I would be caught up with the quality education that my students are being offered. I would be caught up with how dedicated and committed my members of staff are, and whether or not they can see the school as a place for them to maximize their full potential as well, not just doing a job. Well, doing community service, because oftentimes that's what it seems like, that's what it feels like. You know, you have a lot of brain power here, but at the end of the day, don't watch my burn, guys, my oven burnt me, right? But at the end of the day, the situation is as such where you kind of give away your free services, your knowledge, you're sitting down with all these kids, you're doing everything, you do it for the love, you don't do it for the likes. But the past student association, as far as I'm concerned, they don't understand what school running is and what school dealing is. And then we're going to see another situation in which I see on social media, people are alarmed. How could it be that the VP is not working with the principal? Hello? Why did you decide that the VP was not working with the principal? Why did you decide that the VP and the board chair were siding against this person? If so many things are happening, I mean, the person who is the accountable officer is the one who needs to answer to every single thing that's going on in that institution, whether it is good or it is bad or it is in between. The principal job is to go see about it. So when people are talking, it is important for you to talk from a place of knowledge and not from a place of ignorance. I care zero what anybody wishes to say. At the end of the day, if all of these issues are happening in the school, that principal needs to go. Just like how Floyd needed to go, principal need to go. All right, so we need to watch this story closely, and we need to see how it's gonna unfold. That whole issue of you having a grand gala, come on, you're not a grand gala is national, but you're having a gala, some celebratory anniversary celebration, and you spend something to the tune of $1.9 million. And the profit that was made was $7,000. A gala ticket is like 20 grand. So how it go? Do the maths. I'm not good at maths. I want you to understand. I'm not good at maths, but do the maths. How it go? You see, at the end of the day though, one of the worst things I'm saying is to have individuals who are in positions of leadership, right? And when I say positions of leadership, I'm not just limiting it now to a principal in a school. It could have been a VP in a school, a teacher in a school, a student in a school with responsibility. Come on, man. The onus is on you to ensure that you're walking the walk, talking the talk, and doing the right thing. It doesn't look good. Not only does it not look good for the school and for her as an individual, but come on, it's a poor reflection on the education sector, period. Can't spell sense. Just doesn't look good. So, you know, I just want to say that we must take sleep ama death. If there are any other school principals watching this vlog, be careful, clean up your house, go get that audit going. That's one of the first things I'm sure that you would have learned. You take up a position, go do an audit. You need to know what is there, because the sad thing is, if later on there are any discrepancies that are revealed, you're the principal, you're still expected to answer. And it's not just in schools, it's pretty much in all positions. All organizations, institutions, etc., in which there are persons who are in leadership. So we really have to be mindful about that. So ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. You know, that's my Monday's musing. I don't like the passa that's going on. I'm dying for the day when Jamaica is going to become a real place and just stop being a cartoon. I feel like this is a cartoon, you know what I mean? Not like a Tom and Jerry, let's just beat everybody up. That's how I feel. And I want us to get past this. I want Jamaica to be a real place. I really want Jamaica to be a real place, and I want people to get back to the days when acts of integrity was what was important, you know? So if you don't do nothing and if you don't know nothing, stand up, no? Just stand up. Stand up and do the right thing. Stand up and do the right thing. Now, on the flip side, I want to say that none of us are perfect and stuff will happen. So even though we have to talk the truth and we have a lambas who forget lambas, we must also hope and pray that redemption can take place, that these people can learn from their mistakes and perhaps rise again, just not in the same setting, yes, but rise again, try to make an impact and right their wrongs. All right, people, so thank you so much for watching this video, and of course I will see you again pretty soon, where we will just, you know, have a little, yeah, talk up and hold a little vibe, and you know the shrubs, just vibe with Via, right? Whatever comes. So have a blessed week. Have a blessed week, guys. Have a blessed week, and thank you so much for watching.